What was, hands down, the worst day of your life? Definitely a top 3 worst days of my life was when my stepbrother passed away at the age of 15. We grew up together as friends, and the day we became brothers was like a dream come true. He was always one of my best friends, but after that, we became even closer. We did everything together on the weekends we shared. I lived primarily with my mother and visited every other weekend, and he lived with his mom and my dad full time. He decided in 2001 to move to his dad's house in another state so he could play football. His mother was adamant that he wouldn't play, but his dad promised to let him. He had moved early that spring and spent most of the second semester making friends and practicing football in his new school. And he was looking forward to coming back for the summer and sharing everything with me. We still talked every day by phone. Then on Wednesday, April 5th, 2001, my mother came to me and shared the news that he had died. He was at football practice and passed out, so they carried him to the nurse's office after he came to. He sat on the cot in the office and told them he felt fine and wanted to go back to practice right before passing out again. Paramedics were there less than 2 minutes after his second episode, and they could not resuscitate him. Turns out, he had a rare, undiagnosed heart condition that proved fatal. According to medical staff, he could have been sitting on the couch watching TV and it would have still happened, but convincing his father that he had not accidentally killed his son by letting him play football has proven impossible even 20+ years later. Death is never easy for a teenager to process, but when it's one of your peers, and it was completely sudden, and in the manner his was, it was devastating. His adult brother committed suicide a couple of years later, in part due to the trauma of losing his kid brother. My stepbrother's funeral to this day has been one of the most attended private events I have ever seen. Hundreds of people showed up, including his friends from his new school a few hundred miles away. It was incredible to see the impact his life had, and has always stood with me as a reminder of how we affect so many lives without ever even knowing it. I try to let that encourage me to be a better human to those around me, even those I have incidental contact with. Hopefully his story will encourage some of you internet strangers to do the same.